Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to Hometown Living.
Good morning.
So you're doing a production, Dial M for Murder.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
It's a wonderful mystery about, well, I can't give too much away, of course.
All right.
But it's a couple in England, and there's an American who comes and visits, and there may or may not have been a fling between the wife and the American visitor. And the husband kind of knows what's happening, and we go from there, and mystery ensues, if you will.
And so you are the co-director.
Co-director with
And who is your other co-director?
the best director, my wife, Jill, who knows everything, and I just listen and say yes to you, as I should. Yes.
Correct. Right?
Yes.
And Jay, what is your role?
I am Tony Windus. I am the husband who knows his wife is up to some shenanigans. And I really am the victim in this story, but it doesn't come across that way. It comes across I'm the villain. It's a wonderful, wonderful part to play.
And it's kind of unique as to where you're holding the performance. Let's talk about that.
Correct. It's the Holdcraft Performing Arts Center. It used to be the old Elston High School. And we are lucky enough to have the theater area. So we have a large 700-seat theater. We have on-stage performances. And this is unique because we are using the old band room as the theater now. So it's like a semicircle, and we have the pit where the band is, and that is where the show is being taken place. And it's perfect. The acoustics are wonderful.
And not a bad seat in the house.
Not a bad seat in the house, no.
And you've had actors that have come like from all over Northwest Indiana, correct?
We have Dean Johansson, who comes from Griffith, Indiana. He has an hour drive back and forth, and he's so dedicated. We have Jay, who lives in Michigan City. But we have Jerry McClure, sorry. Jerry McClure, who comes from Valparaiso. McKenna Lowry, who comes from LaPorte. And we have John Riska, who comes from Michigan City. But we're all over Northwest Indiana.
So Jay, what's your favorite scene in the play?
Oh, my favorite scene in the play.
Good question.
That is a very good question. And how do I answer that without giving too much away? I would say it is the scene where we are setting up, the scene with Legate, how do I explain that without giving it away?
It's a scene where he and a notorious person, they get together and are plotting a different angle on what's going to happen. And it's a long scene, it's about a 30-minute scene with just two people.
Wow.
And there are a lot of lines that they both have. Noel Carlson is his name. They have worked this scene meticulously, and it will really set up what happens in the second act. So it's a beautiful scene. So
how do you prepare for something like that with a lot of lines to be able to be memorized? Like, how do you prepare for that?
Constant repetition. We've had the script since December. I've been working on it since December. When I'm working, I have the play going on in YouTube in the background, listening to lines, constant reading it. We rehearse it 4 to 5 days a week. This cast is fantastic about getting together on non-rehearsal days and running lines and going over some things. So it's just constant repetition, putting yourself in the character, thinking about the character, and over and over again for months.
Yeah.
What is the big takeaway that you hope the audience takes away from this performance?
I would be thrilled if they took away that community theater is fun and it is enjoyable and it's worth the time and the money. Unfortunately, people shy away from community theater for the larger Chicago or wherever, but you can get equal entertainment right here in your backyard.
It's a very accessible form of entertainment.
Yes.
It's accessible, it's cheap, it's for everybody. Everybody should come and check out a show. Everybody should be in a show.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're lucky. We're doing this show for $10. And it's a wonderful, you can have dinner and a play in under $50. So you don't get that often. And yes, to have people say that was fun to watch, I want to be in that show, or I want to run the lights, or I want to help with the sound. That's what we want more than anything.
Well, I love that you've given adults an opportunity to have their creative outlet. So thank you for what you're doing and for bringing theater back to us. So
Thank you very much.
If you would like to get tickets to see Dial M for Murder or learn more about Holdcraft Players, just head over to yptcinc.com and don't forget to follow them on Facebook.